What's up, everybody? Eric here with another EWE Reviews. Today I'm reviewing Monkey Man. Before we get into that, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, let me know what you want me to review next. But yeah, this is Monkey Man. Sorry I haven't made a review in a few days. Been busy with a lot of other stuff, but yeah, finally got back to this. And the movie that I watched was Monkey Man. Don't worry, there's going to be more reviews coming. This is an action thriller film. This will be a spoiler-free review. This movie is rated R, and definitely not suitable for children. I'll tell you guys right now. Like, there's some movies that are rated R. I'm like, you could have a kid watch this. Not this one. Do not have kids watch this. This came out on April 5th, 2024, with a budget of $10 million. And box office right now on April 25th, 2024, it's standing around $29.4 million. The director for this film is Dev Patel. The cast includes, as aforementioned, Dev Patel, Vipin Sharma, Sikander Kher, and Makaran Deshpande. Sorry if I butchered those names. Try my best. I heard them earlier in Google Translate, but sometimes things get mixed up. The runtime for this film is 121 minutes, so a little bit on the long side, and I'll talk more about that later. And I watched this in standard format, and this does not have any post-credit scenes. Now, the basic spoiler-free plot for this is an anonymous young man unleashes a campaign of vengeance against the corrupt leaders who murdered his mother and continue to systematically victimize the poor and the powerless. That's the basic idea of the film. I got that one, I don't know, off IMDb or something like that. Now, let's go into my thoughts on the film. So, I'll say right now, we'll go in with the good. This film has incredible action. Once the action gets going, like, holy crap, this was really fun to watch. There was a while where it's like, it's non-stop fight. Like, it gives levels of John Wick. However, I think John Wick fights are usually a little bit shorter, but there's more of them. This one has less fights, but they're super long. Like, when they actually get into their fights, they get into their fights. And I actually thought, like, this has a really cool hero's journey of who he is at the beginning of the film to who he is by the end of the film. I thought that was really cool to see how he changed and things like that. And seeing him deal with this trauma of what happened to him, I was just like, okay, this is cool to see, because a lot of people, they deal with trauma, and it's just like, how do you deal with that trauma? And watching this character just like eventually have to embrace it, I was just like, that was cool. Now, one thing I will say is that the villains of this film, I really like them. I was just like, damn, you guys are assholes, and I love that about you. I'm someone that likes when you have a good bad guy. I think that really makes your movie a lot better, because, well, like something like what is it? Black Panther 1, Killmonger. I thought he was a great villain of like, okay, I can see maybe where he's coming from, even though he's a complete dick. I get it. This movie, they weren't like good, like they didn't have any like redeeming qualities, but I understood these villains of how they thought, and I was just like, yeah, you guys are assholes, but I kind of want to see when you guys get yours back to you. So that was really cool to see with this film. And like, there's good lessons in this film of like, don't let your past pull you down, because it's going to keep you from reaching your full potential and being your best self. And I thought that was really cool. Like, when I say with the hero's journey, I think a movie I'd say very similar to Lion King, which is, I forget the original name of the movie that the Lion King stole it from, but kind of that idea of the hero's journey. Let's move on now to the bad for this film. Now, there were times, and I'm not sure if this was like me not understanding the accent at time, but there was times where like I couldn't understand what the characters were saying, and that kind of like took me out of it for like a few seconds. Nothing that bad, but it was just like, was the volume just not high? Did I not hear it correctly? What's going on? But you can still get the gist of all the conversations, so not a bad thing. The beginning of the movie to me was a bit slow, because you're trying to kind of figure out what's going on, and it did take me a little bit of time to kind of like figure out, maybe like a good 20 minutes, and I was like, oh, okay, I know what this is now. Okay, this makes way more sense. But it did take me like a little bit of time to figure it out. And another thing is like, I do think the movie's a little bit predictable, but not in a bad way. I think you need something predictable like this to like, sometimes you need a palate cleanser with action movies. It's like, okay. However, it was a bit too straightforward, where there was never a point where I was like, oh, they're going to swerve me with something. It felt like, no, I know exactly where you're going with this at point A, B, and C. Like, I knew where they were going to go with it. So I'm not putting this in the bad this time, but I will say with the runtime, because of how slow it started, there were times where I was just like, could you cut this movie down like another 15 minutes? I felt like it was a bit too long, where I know action movies try to be long, but at times it's like you don't need to be that long. If you're not gonna have like a deep story, maybe cut some of the time down, in my opinion. But like I said, I'm not putting in good and bad. It's just a thought of like that would have probably helped speed things along. Alright guys, so let's now move on to my score, and I'm actually going to give this a 7 out of 10 for good, because I thought it was actually a really good movie. I had a lot of fun watching it. I know my girlfriend enjoyed it as well, so yes, this is going to get a 7 out of 10 for good. I definitely recommend people go watch it, but I preface it, do not let kids watch this film. There's definitely some action films where I'm like, yeah, kids can watch this. This is not one of them. Alright guys, I still need to get that Avatar review out. I am so sorry that it's taking me so long. But I also needed a review for a movie I didn't even know came out until like the other day, Rebel Moon Part 2. I started watching it, have no idea what's going on, gonna start it over again because I need to figure that out. But I can already tell you, it's not good. If you thought it was gonna get better from Rebel Moon Part 1, it did not. Alright guys, I'll talk to you soon, and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and yeah, talk to you soon.